Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Now, before I start, I have to mention that there's a trigger warning within this evening's with this segment, and it mentions of suicide and self-harm. So I do have to say that just in case it does push anybody's buttons or opens anything up for you all. Tonight, I wanted to chat about the circumstances of people's passing. And when I say people, I'm meaning people whose feet have touched the earth. Now, through my own life and work as a medium, there are numerous reasons for people passing. This could be down to terminal medical conditions or age-related conditions. And whilst these conditions are, and any passing is awful, don't get me wrong, but I would suggest that there is a chance to say bon voyage, to put things to rest, reconcile relationships, and have that life after death conversation, should it be appropriate, of course. And in my experience, again, with my sitters and with my communicators, sometimes this happens, sometimes it doesn't. And I suggest, again, in my experience, it all depends on the relationship between the people and what's happened within it. Then we have the unexpected passings, down to conditions such as heart attacks, accidents such as road traffic accidents, through self-harm, or violent crime. Now, all bereavements are painful and difficult. I understand that within my work. That is part of the reason I do it, is to somehow console the bereaved and provide an upliftment for those in proof of survival. But I would suggest that unexpected passings are particularly tough. And the thing with grieving, it's adjusting to the lack of the person's physical presence, because grieving isn't linear. It's no one's grieving processes are the same, even in the same family, because everyone copes differently. The amount of times that I've had done a one-to-one with somebody, and one of my family member's fallen apart, and the other one is quite stoic and is dealing with things quite matter-of-factly. And one person thinks that the other person doesn't care, but it's simply, I would suggest, isn't true. It's simply how they deal with things. And as I say, everybody copes differently. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that is okay. So if you are in that position, and please cut yourself some slack, yeah? Because and grieving is a bit like a tsunami. I mean, some days we're fine, and some days it hits us like a ton of bricks. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've said before that my mum passed in 1999, and even now, sometimes it sneaks up on me. So please cry as much as you need to, and sometimes self-permission is all that is needed. So I'm just going to pop back and have a quick chat about the unexpected passings for a moment, and the things that they evoke, the unanswered questions: why, what happened, how did it happen, why didn't they talk to me, etc., etc. Unresolved situations. This could be maybe the words that were last said between the people involved. And I would suggest that is the main trigger in my experience, the sole cause of regrets and guilt. I wish I hadn't said that. On my days, I feel so guilty for doing this. Why didn't I make that phone call? What happened there? Life got in the way. And that can send the individual on a downward spiral. It really can. And so please, regardless, know this, and Spirit want you to know this. And through my work, I have experienced this myself through direct communication. Regardless, and I cannot stress this enough, so please, regardless of how a person passes, there is always someone from the spirit world to take their hand lead them safely and directly to the love of the spirit world, where they are free of all physical, mental, and emotional pain. Now, this could be the person greeting them, taking their hand and leading them safely and directly, could be their guardian angel. It could be one of their guides. I would say their master guide, which is the guide, is another word or phrase for the guide that walks next to you throughout all of your life. It's the guide that inspires that little gut instinct. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, that's the right path. You know, that kind of feeling that we get. Or it can be a loved one that has gone before. That could be mum, dads, aunts, uncles, children, because unfortunately, death isn't linear. Unfortunately, it's a fact. And when they pass over, there may be some time of reconciliation, for what's happened, for what took them to the spirit world. There'll be a period of healing, sorting their own stuff out, their own life's review, as I call it, as to what they could have done right, they could have done better, or what they did perfectly. But the one thing that every single communicator that has passed in this way has said, I didn't know how loved I am. I didn't know how loved I am. Because they see their ceremony, they see the flowers, they see the people that are there expressing their love for being there. They see all of that. And Spirit want you to know all of this, that then they pass, there are people waiting for them. It was Edgar Casey, I believe, that said, that Edgar Casey, the silent prophet, who said that passing in the physical world is a birth into spirit, and birth into the physical world is a passing in the spirit world. So I really do hope that that offers some reassurance to all of you special souls out there that are currently going through difficult times and circumstances, because grieving, like love, is messy, and the reason that you grieve is because you have loved so much. And the reason that you love the person so much is because you've always had them within your life, or they've been within your life for a very special portion of time. And it's those memories that you share together, and that love connection that you share with them is the energy that creates the communication between worlds absolutely possible. And sometimes, and I've spoken before about signs, sometimes well, actually not sometimes, as often as they jolly well can, they will send you signs that they are okay, that they have made it. And that may be through, as again, I've mentioned before, feathers, songs, butterflies, words on the sides of billboards. It could be registration plates, initials on there, maybe numbers that are significant, dates of birth. And so they do communicate, and the trick is really to quieten the self and be open and receptive to their connection and communication. Sometimes it takes a little longer than others, but it doesn't mean that they aren't there. It doesn't mean they're in limbo or anything like that. It just simply means that they're just going through their life review. They're doing some healing on themselves, on their own soul, which is the part of us that survives the physical death. And that is the part of us that moves into the spirit world, full of the emotions and the love and everything else, all of the memories that have been accumulated within their physical life. That is what they are sorting through. That is what they're looking through and saying, yes, I did this brilliantly. Yeah, that was a bit rubbish. So I might have to sort that one out. And see it, and they see how their method of passing has affected those who've left here. And for them, and that is, in my experience, the main reason that they come and communicate with their loved ones, because they want them to know that they are okay, that they are free of all physical, mental, and emotional pain, as I've previously stated and said. And ultimately as well, that they're sorry. They're sorry for what happened. And I would suggest to you that every tear that is shed is an I love you that goes unsaid. And in the immortal words of Terry Pratchett, who wrote the Discworld series, did you know that man is not dead whilst their name is spoken? So speak of them regardless of how they passed. Speak of them as though they are in the same room, because they are. Remember all they did. Remember how you felt around them. Remember their accomplishments. Remember their loves. Remember their legacy. And remember them, because they remember you. They are in the same room as you. They remember everything between you, because that love cannot be destroyed. It is what unites the worlds. And that uniting of the worlds is the most magical, amazing experience. And one of the things that I'm in a way so blessed within my work is that I get to see that time and time again. And I think that really is amazing. And when I see that on the recipient's face, to know that their loved one lives on is the most fantastic thing. So, my lovelies, I really do hope that that was in some way uplifting and beneficial to you. I'm sure this recording will be available on the multiple of channels that A1R use. And if you would really love to get in touch with me, please, I welcome emails, info@nicolaneal.com. And also I'm available as well through my website, all the W's, nicolaneal.com. So I really hope that you have the most amazing evening, fantastic week, and I'll see you again next Tuesday.